welcome back to Dawn Digs In. It is the end of 2022 and we are getting ready for 2023. Hard to believe that year went by so quick and we've all had so many ups and downs during the year, and happy to be moving on to the next chapter. I had a great year in 2022 and I'm hoping that I can exceed what I did in 2022 this year. So I am not setting resolutions. Last year I did. Last year I made resolutions and I wrote them down and I did totally awesome. So this year, instead of resolutions, I'm going to do expectations. All of those resolutions that I had last year that I did so well on are now going to become expectations for this year. I'm not going to forget about them. I just want those to become a regular part of my life. So instead of just going, okay, well, I did it. No. You're going to ongoing. You're going to keep doing this forever. So I'm going to keep working out 6 to 7 days a week. I'm going to keep eating as healthy as I can most of the time. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing my intermittent fasting and I'm fasting my 18 hours every day. Like, these are small things that I know that I can do without any issues. So I just need to expect for myself that I'm going to continue with these. And I think it's going to be a lot easier than setting all new resolutions, because now I just have expectations. This is what I know I can do, and this is what I need to do to continue with the goals that I've already reached. And I'm going to throw a few new ones in there that you'll see in the weeks coming along that we're going to be talking about. So I hope you've made a list. If you haven't taken that few minutes with yourself, just sit down and take a few minutes. Make yourself a list of things you want to accomplish this year. Whether that's joining a gym, whether that's working out more, whether that's finding a program that you really like and can work with, whether it's looking after a health issue, whether it's eating better, whether it's spending more time with family and friends and children, working less, making yourself more accountable to the things that you do say that you're going to do. These are all amazing expectations to have for yourself, but just take a few minutes to write them down. Now, I like to use a journal. So I have been using this one for almost 2 years now. So this is my third or fourth one that I've purchased, I think. It's called No Worries. I've linked it below. It's under $10 on Amazon. I will put some little pictures in of it, but it is a great journal. It talks about your overall mood. It talks about setting goals for the day. What were you feeling? What did you want to accomplish? What was your self-care? How was your anxiety level? And you can even write in at the top. It has a spot for the date, and you can put in what you're working on. So let's just say, for example, that you're doing Tracy Anderson. You're starting with Meta. Week 1, day 1. Next page. Week 1, day 2. And so on and so on. Or if you're doing Hamlin, same thing. What work am I doing today? What day am I on? When's my rest days? Day 5 of 7, or whatever you're doing and how you're doing it, easily to track it in here. It's a great, compact little book with lots of really good information in the beginning of it to read. And I gave these out as gifts. Like I said, I've used quite a few myself, and it's something that I really found helpful. Now, you can also go to the dollar store and pick yourself up a little binder if you'd like, or you can get a diary or whatever kind of day planner that you like to use, but some way of tracking it. Now, I used to use Post-it notes. Okay, until I found this, I used Post-it notes. And every day I would put a Post-it note on what day I was on, and I would stick it on the wall. And I would just follow them all along. As I finished each program, I would move my final one up to the top, and I would start a new one. And that worked really, really well for me. So if you want to do the Post-it notes, do the Post-it notes. It doesn't really matter as long as you have somewhere where you're actually tracking, like, how am I feeling? You might even be tracking what time of month it is, because a lot of women have issues working out at certain times of the month. Are you eating for your hormones? How are you working out? How are you fasting for your hormones? Like, there's a lot of different things to get into. I'm going to continue with my intermittent fasting. I regularly fast 18 hours a day, and it's what works for me. It makes me very accountable. I finish my dinner at 6 o'clock, and I don't eat till usually 1 or 2 the next afternoon. It's just, everyone's different, but that is what has worked for me and kind of let me eat pretty much whatever I wanted to. It was keto for a long time, and then I just found that I wanted to add some carbs back in, and I've been able to maintain my weight loss by intermittent fasting. I do try to watch how many carbs I have, and yes, I've eaten way too many cookies over the holidays, and that's okay, because we like to bake, and my husband makes the best shortbread, and I think we have eaten a couple pounds of butter ourselves. So if you're still cleaning up the holiday treats, then finish them off. Don't rush yourself through this next week. Take some time for yourself. Take some time to prepare. The holidays can be crazy. And I know not everybody has already sat down and made out a list of what they wanted to accomplish for next year. You just haven't had time. So I've always taken the first week of January to prepare. I don't start anything January 1st. Nothing. January 1st is my husband's birthday, so it's also a day when he's like, we're not doing any dieting today. So I take January, the beginning week, to just get myself ready. What do I need? Do I need any exercise equipment? Do I need to purchase anything? Do I have all the food I want to eat? Like, is everything organized for me to start next week? It's a great way to mentally prepare yourself. Like I said, make your lists. What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? What workout routines do you want to do? Who do you want to try? Make sure you give them at least 12 weeks. Every workout program needs time to work. And they all work. You just have to work the program. So give yourself time. Don't start something in a week or 2 into it, decide, oh, whatever. Give it the full 8 weeks or whatever they recommend that you need to see some results. Give that amount of time before you give up and move on to something else. Because it really does take a while for your body to realize what's going on and to realize that changes are happening and for you to actually see the results yourself. You've got to give it time. Patience is definitely a really important part of resolutions and expectations. You have to be patient with yourself and know that it's going to take time to get to where you want to be. And that's okay. But don't rush through it. Take the time. Do it slowly. It will happen. You just need to believe that you can do it. And remember that your body can always do so much more than your mind thinks it can do. So get yourself a journal, diary, whatever you want to do. Start listing what you want to accomplish in the next 90 days. Let's set ourselves up for 90 days. We're going to talk about that next week. What are our goals going to be? What are we going to accomplish? Hopefully you've got some things written down. Figure out what you want to do. You want to join a gym? That's fine. But think about how you're going to do that. If you want to join a gym, as a gym owner for many years myself, I will tell you, a lot of people join a gym in January. It's our busiest time of the year. We set them up on programs. We work out with them as a personal trainer. And if you're going to join, get a personal trainer. Spend an hour with them. Let them set you up in an 8-week program so that you're set up for success. People come. They do a couple workouts. And what do you know? By February, it's crickets. We're phoning them going, hey, how's your workout going? Come on in. And nothing. So if you're really thinking about joining a gym and you haven't done that before, I want you to go in and sign up for 1 month. Don't buy the cheaper, by the year membership. You know what? If they really want you, they'll give you that offer in February. Think about it. 1 month, how much do you use it? Because let's say you pay $80 for 1 month, but you bought a year for $1,000 and you don't use it at all. I'd rather be at $80 than at $1,000. So take your time. Don't let them high pressure you into signing up for a longer term when you're not even sure it's something you're going to like or something that you're going to continue or want to do. We always start off with the best intentions, but it doesn't always work for you. I work out great at home. I don't have any problems with that. I love to work out at home. I like to try different programs. I don't like to line up for equipment. I don't like to have to clean everything. I don't want to have to wait for classes to start. I like to just do when I want to do it. So you've got to figure out what works for you. And if going to a gym is going to work for you, that's great. If it's yoga classes you want to do, sign up for a yoga class. If it's kickboxing you want to do, sign up for kickboxing. But give yourself a short term to see what you like before you commit yourself to a long term that is something that maybe you don't want to really stick with or find out you don't like. I even found this with Tracy Anderson. Now I love Tracy Anderson, and that has done the most things for my body of any workout I've done. And I love doing it. But I'm still not somebody that's willing to commit to $100 a month. I'm just not. It's too much. I find that I can do almost all the workouts I want off of YouTube. There's so much out there. I have purchased a few workouts, and I do have some DVDs that I've had for many, many, many years. So I feel like I have put in my time and made purchases, so I don't feel like I'm stealing anything from anybody. This is a really good way to try things out. It is a big commitment to purchase $800 continuity program for 4 years. Are you going to be sticking with this for 4 years? I know we all think we're going to, but life changes really quickly, and sometimes making that huge commitment of $800, and then 3 months down the road you go, oh, I'm hurt, or I don't like it, or it's not what I thought it was going to be, and now you're stuck finding something else again. So start off slowly. You can do all of Meta on YouTube. You don't need to purchase anything extra. You can do it on YouTube. You can do the first year of continuity on YouTube. So really try a lot of these things out. Same as the Hamlin program. Totally loving it. But again, lots of programs on YouTube. I can do many, many workouts before I ever feel that I'm going to need to purchase some. So if you're the person that has to purchase something, go ahead. But this is also the year of saving, and this is the year of getting out of debt, and it's the year of not buying unnecessary items. And a lot of times these streaming services just do become an expense that we don't use. So instead of getting yourself into this expense, get rid of what you don't use and start figuring out what you're really going to use before you invest in that purchase. So make your list, write down what you want your expectations for next year to be. What are you willing to commit to? Because this is all about commitment. Expectations are all about commitment. Okay? They're about commitment and consistency. So this is what we are doing. We're going to set expectations and we are going to perform them consistently. What are your goals going to be? What is your first goal going to be? Let's set it. Next week, we're going to talk more about it. So until then, I want you to have some awesome workouts. Have a very happy new year, and I will see you next week. You are amazing. High five.